Hi everyone, this is Lori here from Lori Hooks. Welcome. Thanks for hanging out with me today. So today's video is a Yarny catch-up video. I'm sorry, that's all I've really had time to do lately. I actually am going to try to do something else this weekend. We will see how that goes. But for today is a Yarny catch-up where I talk about crochet and knit items that I have finished and the WIPs that I've been working on for the past week. This week all I have to show you is crochet items. I haven't knitted at all. I haven't actually for a couple weeks, so I should work on my knit objects a little bit. But I don't have anything knit that is a Christmas thing. So because of that, I've now switched to Christmas mode, and so that's what I've been working on. So I do try to make ornaments and like knick-knacky things that are Christmassy for friends and family to give to them for Christmas, you know, attached to their gifts or whatever. So that's what I've been trying to work on, and I'm slowly getting some things done, very, very slowly. So I have one finished object to show you this week, and we're going to start with that. So I have finally finished the elf. I'll show you him up close. So I've forgotten her name, but I purchased her pattern on Etsy. The pattern comes with an elf head, a Santa head, a reindeer head, and what she calls a cake. It looks more like a cupcake to me. And I'll insert a picture here of what all those look like. I've only completed the elf so far. I would like to try to do the Santa and the reindeer as well, but I decided to work on something else after I finish this one. So I did finish the elf, and he is made with Sheepy's Katona. This is what Sheepy's Katona looks like. The colors that I used, this red is color number 115. The green is color number 515. Sorry I didn't write down the color names. The shell, the skin color is shell, which is color number 255. The little brown bits, which is his hair, is color number 503. And the white is, the color name is Snow White. I think it's color number 105. Let's look. Sorry, it does not want to come out of the bag. Color number 106. I was wrong. And I used a 2.2 millimeter hook for him, and the usual safety eyes. And I didn't have red embroidery thread, so the Sheepy's Katona is applied yarn. Let me show you up close. So all I did was cut a small piece of the yarn off and split the plies, and I used that to make his mouth. Now she also did have freckles on hers. I was having trouble with the freckles, so I didn't bother. I did use a permanent marker though and put some little dots on there, but you can hardly see them. And of course he's got a bit of blush. And I think he's really cute. He's a lot of work for the size of him, but he comes out really cute. Last week I did talk about this edging here where she did puff stitches and attach them to this row here and down here. I couldn't make that work, so instead I did some I did an extra row of double crochets on top of those to give it that look around the bottom, which I think give it a more finished look than how it looked before. So that is Mr. Elf. He's done. He's super cute. I like him. Yeah. So the next item that I've been working on, continuing with the same colors of Sheepy's Katona, just not necessarily all of them, I started a Christmas tree gnome, and I'm going to insert a picture in here of that. And again, I will in the description box, I will save the Etsy store that I got this from. So she has a boy version of the Christmas tree as well as the girl version of the Christmas tree. I only purchased the girl version. I It must have been one of those pop-up ads in Etsy, and I didn't even see the fact there was a boy one or a both, or else I probably would have purchased the boy one instead. I only saw the girl one, so that was the one that I bought. But I decided to go, she's got the bottom of it, she calls it a dress, and it's got a rounded bottom with like a fringe on it, which is supposed to be your dress. I'm not doing the dress. I'm doing the bottom, similar to the other gnomes that I've done, like Pampino gnomes, or I forgot what the other one is. I did the bottom more like that, but then I did do the decreases to give it the shaping, which without the Christmas tree on it, it looks kind of like a bell. Let's try to show you the front side. I think this is the side I decided is going to be the front side. So far I've done the body, and she does have you work the arms in while crocheting the body, which I really liked. And I used my standard where I put a piece of cardboard in the bottom. I did add some rocks to this because I was a little worried the Christmas tree might create some weight and maybe it needed it for some stability. So I added a few small stones on the inside to help with weight. And I put this simple stitch fringe around the bottom, which I guess does give it a girly dress look. And my dog is scratching on the door to come in. Just 1 minute. Sorry about that. When she wants to come in, she wants to come in, and she's not waiting. And now she's sitting here staring at me very creepy like and wagging her tail. So don't be surprised if she jumps up into my face any second. But yeah, I finished the body. So there's the body. And I made a nose. I do like a big nose, so her nose was about half the size of this one. I did make a bigger nose. And I have started on the tree portion, but I'm only about, I don't know, 10 or 11 rows in. Oop, just dropped my hook. So there is the tree so far. And I'm using, again, Sheepy's Katona for this. I did go up a hook size though, that I'm using a 2.5 millimeter hook for the Christmas tree gnome. I do find the larger hook a little bit easier to work with, but the holes are a little too big. So that is Christmas tree gnome. I think I'm probably gonna make at least 2 of those, maybe 3. So I'm gonna start with this while I'm making this one a girl. I'll probably make the boy one next and then see which one I like best, and then I might make another one after that one. So that is Christmas tree gnome. And the other thing that I've been working on, and I did show this last week, my daughter requested a Christmas blanket for our couch. And so we were at Walmart, and she saw some Bernat Premium Sparkle, which I bought 2 of the red, 2 of the green, and 2 of the white, and 2 of the gray. And it's proved to not be enough, that I've had to go and buy a bunch more yarn. We will see how much I use in the end, because the stitch that I picked is quite a yarn eater. This is the blanket so far. I figure about halfway done. I'm trying to make it long enough for you know, one person to have it cover their toes and up to their chin, or for 2 to cuddle underneath it, whichever. But that's where I showed you the back side, where all my joins are. Let's look at the other side now. But I'm using Suzette stitch for the colored rows, so the gray, green, and the reds. And I'm using single crochet for the white, just to give it some variety. And I hope you can see that sparkle on there. It's quite sparkly. So this is a nice mindless project to work on. It's going to be quite a warm blanket when it's done. The part that I've finished already so far, it feels very warm to sit underneath. But I've been enjoying working on it while, you know, watching something on TV that you really want to pay more attention to. Excuse me. Rather than something like this Christmas tree gnome that I'm working on requires a little bit more counting, so it's you know, for a show that you don't really care if you whether or not you were paying attention to, or listening to some music or whatever, those type of things I usually do while I'm working on it. But yeah. So that's what I've been working on the last week. We had our first snowfall. It is still snowing now. I started yesterday around, I think it was probably around 11 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock. I was down in my office, down in my basement, and my daughter came downstairs. Did you look out the window? Did you see? I said, yeah, I know. They were calling for snow. We talked about this, but yeah, she had to come down and tell me. So yeah, so it's been snowing all that time, but really we don't have a lot. It's only snowing a little bit. It's not snowing hard. So I think they were calling for 5 centimeters. I think there's probably a little bit more than that. Maybe 10. Not good at all with these type of measurements. I have to use a measuring tape for these things, and I don't know how you measure snow accumulation. So I guess it doesn't matter. I just know there's white stuff on the ground, and I wasn't really ready for snow yet. I was still enjoying fall. Because even though the calendar says it's still fall, snow to me seems like winter, not fall. But the snow should help us get into more of a Christmassy mood. I'm not quite there yet. I know lots of people have started decorating and all that kind of stuff. I have not. Probably wait another at least a week to do that. At least a week, maybe a little longer. We usually decorate here always on a weekend around December 1st. So we'll probably do it the weekend before December 1st. So yeah, that's where I'm at this week. If you'd like to tell me what you've all been working on, I'd love to hear from you. If you have any questions on the items that I've been working on that I've shown today, I would love to answer them. And yeah, so I will see you next time on Lori Hugs. Bye, everyone.